mean, things were going well. It's just difficult conditions out there with the wind and things. Just difficult to find places to improve. Difficult to be consistent. So a challenge, as it was for everyone. And caught me out in Q3 run 1 with the lock up into turn 1, which then obviously puts quite a bit more stress on the final lap, the most important one. But I stayed cool and still managed to put it all together for the final lap. So happy. A bit more stressful than I would have liked, but obviously the result that I needed.
A bit annoying that we're P2 again, but still good result. Very difficult session today. With the wind was very difficult to understand because also was a bit gusty sometimes. So you were going into a corner with a bit of unknown uncertainty, but I think overall we did a good session. Last lap was not amazing, but it's everyone makes little mistakes, and still enough for P2. So tomorrow we have a lot to play for.
In those conditions, it's been a very, very, very difficult weekend so far, and I will take it. I'm very happy with the way we've performed, with the way we've executed everything, because it was going to be a very difficult qualifying for us. But a P3 on a weekend like this is a really, really good result because the pace was not there.
Just a tricky session, really. I think the conditions were very tough. The track just didn't really get any quicker from Q1, and just very difficult to kind of find that last little bit, and didn't quite get the most out of it at the end, obviously, but it was just tough.
One hectic session, to be honest. I was honestly fighting the car so much. But yeah, we kind of put it all together at the end. It's still not the lap I wanted, but honestly, in these conditions, I think we did a good job.
Just had no grip, to be honest. It was obviously a very strange session when you look at the order throughout. Max out in Q1, Behrman top 3 the whole session, and I was kind of in that camp of not being able to get the tyres working, and so it wasn't very pleasant. But P6 is definitely damage limitation considering how bad it felt.
Pace has been very, very good today. It's at least in quali. We had a very tough race this morning, so it's positive. Obviously, we're gonna always analyse the details, and we lost a little bit of time in the lap, and it's definitely cost us a good few positions. But when it's this close in these kind of conditions, I think probably everybody's got that story. So a decent place for tomorrow.
I had a great feeling from lap 1, honestly. But I was surprised about our competitiveness. We finished Q1 in 3rd and Q2 in 2nd, I think. So we were very strong. And then Q3, my first lap, I felt like I did a good one, but I didn't improve compared to what I managed in Q2. And then the same again in Q3. It was a good lap, but not improved compared to what I managed before. So, definitely strange that the order was like it was, and that the track was not evolving that much as well. But overall, it's a really good quali for us.
First Q3 since Silverstone. I think it's our 8th of the season, so managed to do better than last year, actually, even though the season's been very difficult. And I'm just happy for the guys. We had a very good day. 1 point this morning, managed to get into the top 10. It was peanuts to the top 5, less than a tenth, but it just shows that at least we're back in the mix, and I'm enjoying to be in that fight.
Into Q3 again. First time this year for me, so that's on the positive, on the good side for sure. But difficult session, and also this morning with the wind conditions today, windy out there, and not easy to string the laps together. So not mega happy, but we'll take it and move forward to tomorrow.
I think the soft tire was a tricky tire already. We found yesterday in SQ3 that we were a little bit slower than SQ2 with the mediums. So today it was all about the red tire, and we were not really comfortable in the cockpit. So let's see what we can do tomorrow. We're still 1 place away from the points only. So I think that will be the goal tomorrow.
It was a well executed session on my side. I feel a bit more comfortable this weekend in general, but it doesn't really show because the car's just been a little bit slower. I think it's one of the few races this year where last year's car actually has felt better than this year's car, which is very rare to happen. So a bit of head scratching. We've flipped the car upside down in pretty much every session we've done this weekend, and we can't get it to work. I think we're not alone. I see other teams struggling as well, but tough one.
Didn't have any rear end. The tyres weren't working today.
Any particular changes that you made after the sprint this morning?
The car setup felt good. It was just how we prepare the tyres.
What about tomorrow? I know you said yesterday.
I can't do anything from there.
In Q1, it was feeling okay. I did a good lap at the end of Q1, and the car was feeling good. And then in Q2, it just slipped away from me. I was just losing harmony with the car, and I wasn't feeling the grip that I had in Q1. So I just had some slides, and I just didn't piece it together in Q2. We have to look into it, understand, and fight back tomorrow.
We've been struggling all weekend, and there's no secret. We've been changing the car, putting it upside down to try and see if we can find performance, but nothing seemed to work. Just not enough performance in the car this weekend. At the same time, I think Alex seemed to have found something a bit with setup that seemed to help him. So we'll have a look at that, and let's see if for the race we can perform a bit better.
The whole weekend has been already quite tough, but this is a bit unexpected, I would say, after changing quite a bit on the car. But it was just not responding. I had no grip out there, so I had to really massively underdrive it, basically, and it just didn't work.
You touched on it there. You did make some changes to the car after the sprint. What was the impact? What changed inside the car for you?
Well, clearly worse. Just no feeling.
We are working as hard as we can, as a team to try and find answers all together. The car was very difficult to drive, and it was very difficult to put the lap together. So, obviously disappointing session, but it's not for a lack of trying. So I'm sure we will find the reason quite soon. But at the moment, it doesn't quite work out for us.
Was not feeling great. To be honest, I really struggled in the session, but I think the car was very fast. The team did a great job putting a lot of effort to get the car back on track in quali after the sprint race. So I'm very grateful, but of course it's frustrating to be slow.
I just a surprise amount of grip I had, especially in the cold condition, like especially in sector 1. Tire was not ready at all. We have to think what's happened, to be honest, because was really nowhere.
Were you able to make any changes after the sprint this morning? And Max is obviously struggling with the car as well out in Q1.
A couple of changes we made, and I feel better. So that was positive, but still, I think just unfortunate as a team. We did something probably wrong.
I'm feeling okay. Obviously disappointed because I didn't make it to quali in my first home Grand Prix, and that's a shame because I generally thought that the car was very competitive this weekend. But still a race to do tomorrow. Obviously disappointed about the crash, but that's it.